We all know that Ultra is usually used for the best of the best. And yes, this device that we are talking about is called an Ultra because of its 200 megapixels OIS camera, 180 watts thunder charge. The question is it worthy of the Ultra name? Let's find out. Hey guys, it's your tech girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Finally guys, mapag-uusapan natin yung pinag-uusapang smartphone ng Infinix ngayon, yung kanilang Infinix Zero Ultra. Grabe ang Infinix, mapa-budget phone, mid-range device, and now their flagship phone, talaga namang mapapawaw ka. Aside from it having the Ultra naming, guys, alam naman natin na yung Zero series ng Infinix is really reserved for their higher mid-range device or what they call flagship devices nga. So tara, alam kong curious kayo kung magkano ba itong device na to, but for now, let's do a very quick unboxing. Okay, so just like any other Zero series of Infinix, it comes with this very large box. And as you can see, may sticker siya that says it has 256 gig of storage and a 13 gig of RAM. And of course, wag natin kalimutan yung 180 watts thunder charge nito. Opening it, it is very straightforward. Makikita natin agad yung ating smartphone. And yes, yung meron tayong unit is called Coslight Silver. Meron tayong smaller box that says 180 watts thunder charge, explore beyond. And yes, may ultra rin siya sa ilalim. This is quite new for an Infinix phone. Sa loob nito, nandito yung kanyang paperwork. Yung ating SIM tool, it also comes with a screen protector, the 1X Gold Dollar, and of course, once you buy an Infinix Zero Ultra, you can enter to win a special edition NFT. We also got a clear jelly case. We got a dongle, a USB-C to USB Type-C charging cable, and lastly, we got the 180 watts thunder charge, and yup, it is also USB-C. Ayan, so now that you guys already know what to expect in case man nabibili kayo nitong bagong Infinix Zero Ultra, alam ko namang talaga namang curious kayo kung magiging magkano ba itong bago nilang smartphone in the Philippine market. The Infinix Zero Ultra retails for 21,999 pesos. But this upcoming October 15 in Lazada, it will only be 18,749 pesos as its introductory price. Magkakaroon din sila ng flash sale starting October 16 onwards sa Lazada, Shopee, and TikTok Shop, and magiging 19,999 pesos na lamang siya. Anyway, all the important details and the links on where you can get this will be down in the description box. Just to tell you guys, share ko lang naman, di naman siguro masama. When I first heard about the Infinix Zero Ultra, I actually really expected na magiging around 25,000 to 27,000 pesos siya. Of course, considering na rin yung naging price point niya noong unang lumabas siya outside Philippines, syempre nag-convert ako, medyo na-shocked ako na mas mababa yung kanyang price tag ngayon. Anyway, this phone is one of the very first smartphones that came out na merong 200 megapixels as its main camera. You know me guys, I really like reviewing phones na talaga namang may pagmamalaki when it comes to the camera department. Kaya hindi ko talaga ito pinalagpas. But before we talk about its camera performance, pag-usapan muna natin yung kanyang design. For me, overall design of this phone gives off a flagship vibe. Kung baga, kukumpara natin to with other Infinix phones, it really stands out. I mean, I'll be very honest with you guys. Alam niyo naman na hindi ako talaga fan ng curved displays. Pero indeed, it looks very attractive. Isa pa, it is very shimmery. And every time that we will be tilting the device, may mga curved lines ito that gives off an animal print vibe. And for me, yung overall look and build quality niya seems like it should cost more than it does. Anyway, camera bump is very obvious and significant. Hello, 200 megapixels. But then again, buti na lang yung case na kasama sa kanya has a raised lip, which should protect the lens, guys, kung ito ay gagamitin natin. I kinda expected na rin, guys, na magiging mabigat at malaki yung device na to, considering its ultra naming. Most ultra devices naman din na meron tayo sa market ngayon ay talaga namang malaki at mabigat. To be exact, it weighs 213 grams. Definitely not a device perfect for one-handed mode. Anyway, despite it having a very elegant design, a very flagship look, it still is made of plastic. Isa pa, wala rin itong wireless charging or any IP rating, which is both features na nakikita natin sa mga flagship devices ngayon. Pero sa totoo lang, if it makes the device more affordable, hindi ko na ito hahanapin pa, lalo na kung hindi naman ito yung tipo ng feature na hinahanap ko talaga sa isang device. Missing in action din yung kanyang headphone jack. Kumbaga, very rare ito sa isang Infinix phone. Buti na lang din meron itong dongle na kasama sa kanyang packaging, pero wala po siyang earphones. It also comes with a microphone, USB-C port, and speaker grill. Meron din ito ang speaker sa ibabaw and yung kanyang secondary mic. So yes, we got a stereo speaker setup here. For biometrics, meron tayong under-display fingerprint sensor and face unlock. Both naman sila guys na mabilis so far, and positioning-wise, hindi ako nagka-problema sa kanya. Sa totoo lang, gusto ko na agad pag-usapan natin yung display, pero alam kong inaabangan niyo yung camera review ko dito sa device na to, so tara pag-usapan na natin. It has 3 cameras at the back, yung ating 200 megapixels with OIS na main camera. We also got a 13 megapixels ultra-wide lens and of course a 2 megapixels. Now for its selfie camera, we got a 32 megapixels. Itong Infinix Zero Ultra is one of the first phones to launch with a 200 megapixels Samsung ISOCELL HP1 sensor. It uses 16:1 pixel binning which produces 12.5 megapixels images. And as you'd expect for a smartphone priced at this point, yung main camera lang naman talaga yung performing well, the rest are just okay. So ano ba ang quality ng mga photos ng 200 megapixels na merong Samsung ISOCELL HP1? Honestly, interesting itong bagong Samsung sensor na meron tayo dito sa Infinix Zero Ultra. First time ko rin ata makagamit ng phone na merong ganito na sensor. And do take note when taking a photo at full 200 megapixels resolution, medyo may medyo may konting lag guys while the phone processes it. This is also no matter if you use the 1x toggle or yung ating 2x or even if you wanna zoom until 10 times. Hindi ko alam kung bakit medyo may load time pero this is probably because of the chipset. But also, take note, photos taken with the default mode, meaning kapag hindi natin tinurn on yung 200 megapixels, it uses 16:1 pixel binning, which produces photos at 12.5 megapixels. And whenever we shoot 200 megapixels naman, file size is at around 24 MB. Anyway, for general day-to-day photography, performance is pretty excellent. Isa pa sa napansin ko, hindi rin over-exaggerated yung colors na meron tayo or yung output ng 200 megapixels compared to other devices at this price point. And usually, no, smartphones priced at this point, ang downfall talaga na nakikita natin sa kanya is yung low light photos. But then with the Infinix Zero Ultra, it took good photos naman guys and didn't really struggle. You can use the super night mode sa kanyang tatlong camera toggles. The 0.6x, 1x, and of course the 2x. Swiping from below, dito natin ma-access yung kanyang camera menu. Most of this present naman sa mga mid-range devices na meron tayo kay Infinix, pero may iilan akong napansin na bago dito, katulad ng Sky Shop, na kung saan meron siyang iba't ibang filters rin, like sunny, rainbow, azure sky, sunset, twilight, orbit, and more. Now, let's talk about yung 32 megapixels front camera na meron naman tayo dito sa Infinix Zero Ultra. Yung punch hole niya, if I were to describe it, it's not too big, it's also not too small. Kumbaga, it's your typical punch hole. When taking selfies, we got a few options as well, like using yung kanyang film mode, video mode na nag-aalaw sa atin na mag-shoot hanggang 1080p at 30 FPS. It also has the AI cam or yung ating standard camera option. It also has a beauty mode, portrait mode, and we can also use the super night mode. If I were to describe yung ating mga selfie photos, they were definitely okay, but definitely not comparable sa main camera na meron tayo sa likod ng Infinix Zero Ultra. Hi everyone! So we're currently shooting using the Infinix Zero Ultra, tapos tayo ay naka 4K at 30 FPS. So, wala rin tayong tinurn on na stabilization dahil usually or not usually, pero this only happens kapag tayo ay naka 1080p reso. So, ayan. So far guys, how are you liking the quality? For me, I noticed mas mataas ng contrast yung 4K kapag tayo ay nagshoot as compared to 1080p. But of course, mas better naman yung kanyang resolution. Hi everyone! So we're currently using naman yung ating ultra-wide camera lens. And again, it has a 12 megapixels resolution. But right now, tayo ay naka 1080p at 30 fps lamang since ito lang din yung highest resolution na pwede natin gamitin dito. Isa pa, kung mapapansin nyo, doon sa kanyang camera menu, meron tayong letter F logo sa pinaka-lower left niya. Dito, pwede nating i-enable yung kanyang bokeh effect. So, when taking videos, pwede na rin tayong magkaroon ng blurred background and focused on the subject. So far, results taken by its 200 megapixels, happy naman ako so far, especially whenever we zoom in doon sa mga shots. Doon ko talaga nakikita yung detail niya at mas na-appreciate ko yung higher megapixels. Pero sa tingin ko, kung medyo mas higher chipset yung inilagay ng Infinix dito sa kanilang Zero Ultra, sa tingin ko, mas magiging maganda rin yung output. Although maganda naman na, sa tingin ko, mas may improve pa ito. Anyway, since tapos na natin pag-usapan yung kanyang cameras, pag-usapan naman natin yung kanyang charging speed. Ito, nakita ko yung mga most footages iilan since wala pa nga masyadong reviews ngayon sa YouTube. Talaga namang nabilib ako dahil ang bilis talagang mag-charge. Personally, hindi ako fan ng mga smartphones na may mabibilis na charging speed, lalong-lalo na kung may maliit itong battery capacity. Sa pagkakaalam ko commercially, Infinix Zero Ultra is the fastest charging phone. Na-achieve daw ito by having 2 batteries and charging them at 90 watts each. Well, according sa marketing ng Infinix, mafu-fully charge daw itong Infinix device for just 12 minutes. Yes, 12 minutes lang, ganun lang kabilis. But then, we tried it, of course. Gusto kong malaman Siyempre, ano ba naman yung 12 minutes, diba? Okay, so at around 8 minutes, we were able to get 58% of battery, which is very impressive. Next, at around 13 minutes, we were able to get 78% of battery charge. And lastly, na fully charge namin yung Infinix Zero Ultra from 0 to 100% at 18 minutes. Okay, so most probably kaya hindi natin na-achieve yung totoong 12 minutes na minomarket ni Infinix is probably of these factors. Una-una, of course, yung room temperature. Pangalawa, kapag ito ay nakasaksak, must be directly on the socket and not through extension cords na may kasama pang ibang nakasaksak. And lastly, the device must be turned off para mas ma-achieve natin yung faster charging speed. Hindi ako expert when it comes to this, pero ito yung mga napansin ko whenever I do charging test. Honestly, kahit hindi natin na-achieve yung 12 minutes, sa tingin ko okay pa rin. It still is better than any devices I've tried. Overall, para sa akin, panalo yung charging speed na meron tayo sa Infinix Zero Ultra, considering na hindi naman din ganun kaliit yung kanyang battery capacity at 4,500. Now, when it comes to other specifications na meron tayo dito sa device na to, like of course the chipset and yung kanyang user interface, kamusta ba? We have a MediaTek Dimensity 920 and it has an XOS 12 based on Android 12. Sa tingin ko naman din, hindi gamers ang target market ng smartphone na to. Definitely those who appreciates camera and of course charging speed more. It is still a good mid-range chipset that can handle all day-to-day functions, considering pa na it has an 8GB of RAM plus 5GB extended RAM. In fairness, for an Infinix phone, opening the device, wala ako masyadong bloatware na na-encounter sa kanya, and isa ito sa may pinakamagandang interface na nakita ko sa Infinix. Isa pa, laking tulong ng 120Hz refresh rate na meron tayo dito sa device na to. Though, hindi ko siya masyadong ginagamit dahil most of the time ako ay naka-auto refresh rate switching. And for a smartphone that has a curved display, in fairness naman, yung curve niya doesn't go down the side that much. So yes, I don't miss swipe or hindi ako madalas na nagkakamali every time that I use this. I also enjoyed watching dito sa Infinix Zero Ultra dahil doon sa kanyang stereo speaker setup. Buti na lang talaga hindi pinabayaan itong part na to ng Infinix. I know they are really focusing on the camera and of course charging speed. But I'm glad that audio-wise hindi siya disappointing. Anyway, also, over a week ko nang ginagamit itong Infinix Zero Ultra, medyo sa tingin ko, kailangan ko pa rin ng more than a week para mas ma-experience ko yung device. But so far, so good. I really am loving, guys, yung charging technology na meron tayo sa device na to. And I'm glad na isa ako sa mga tao na, of course, na-experience ito. Design-wise, it really is a flagship look. So, totoo lang, so far, ang nakikita kong cons pa lang dito sa device na to ay unang-una, yung chipset niya, hindi naman ako nagrereklamo, but still, it is a mid-range chipset. So, kung medyo mas mataas siguro ito ng konti, mas naging okay, especially to those who are gamers. Para, diba, sakop niya lahat. Isa pa, I won't make any grand claims na ito ay one of the best camera-focused phones. But, again, I am impressed sa kanyang main 200 megapixels camera. So, totoo lang, napakaganda ng phone na to, lalong-lalo na sa mga taong talaga namang laging nagmamadali. So, yeah, so far, good job kay Infinix, especially sa pricing na ibinigay niya dito sa smartphone na to. Talaga namang hindi ako na-disappoint dahil abot kaya kahit papano. Especially this upcoming October 15, napakaganda ng kanyang introductory price. Anyway, that's basically it. Again, it's your tech girl, Mary, and see you on our next video. Bye, guys!